Did somebody say new Outriders content? What the heck? Let's go! Outriders officially revealed the new WORLDSLAYER DLC, which will be released on June 30th, 2022. A lot of twos in there. And I wanted to break down some of the information in the Reddit post that was revealed today. Don't normally do news. Nobody wants to hear about my testicular tanning protocol. But in this situation, I have to do it. Let's go over this post. I specifically didn't want to show the trailer in this video because I actually don't even know how to do that. But what I do know how to do is look at the screenshot. Old boy in the green is looking so hard, bro. What is that? I will grind 6,000 hours to wear that hat on my face. I can't even wait. I am so pumped. Let's get into some of the notes. Starting off with new campaign, new enemies, new environments. I wanted to do this one first because it is the topic I care least about. Yo, I loved the Outrider story. I thought it was interesting. A whole Christopher Columbus outlook in space. Pretty dope, but I care more about the endgame than anything. The TLDR here is that they've added new bosses, a new standalone story campaign, new enemy variants, and a bunch of new adversaries for you to slay with whichever character you are feeling. Moving on to the topic we all care about more than anything. More Legamentary Manberia, aka legendaries. Let's go. They are adding new gear, both in terms of weaponry and armor. I am just pumped on new 5-piece legendary armor sets. They're also adding 3-piece legendary armor sets, which are not character unique, so you can use them on any class, which is exciting. One of the things that this Reddit post does not mention is how many sets there are. It just says sets plural with an S, so presumably at least 2, hopefully 5 million, but we'll see what time tells. Just know grinding new gear will be something I am looking forward to the most. They also mention how each new legendary armor piece comes with a new mod. That's exciting. We don't know what the new mods will do just yet. They're planning on showing off more of this content as we get closer to the launch date. Going deeper into the new customization station nation we can get with this update, they are adding a new PAX class tree. If you remember, the game used to have 3 offshoots for each character that you could spec points into. With the addition of this PAX tree, it's a separate class tree and you can spec into it at your own decision. It allows you seemingly to min-max further into character specking. Really pumped on this. Just for an example here, at the Pyromancer, they have listed Gunblazer and Pyromaniac as 2 separate ways you can spec into the PAX tree for the Pyromancer. That's really cool. I'm excited to try out new permutations of builds. I loved messing around with builds in this game, as you can tell by the 50 bajillion build videos I did. Really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to more diversity, more min-maxing, and more experimentation. They're a little bit vague with how they describe earning these PAX points. It says, PAX points are acquired at certain points in WORLDSLAYER that are based on general progress rather than a specific level grind. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I'm excited to find out. And on the topic of changing builds and further character discovery, exploration, build tinkering, we move on to our next point, which is so freaking exciting. Let's go. And that's the new Ascension System. After you reach level 30, XP earned will go towards Ascension levels. And these levels provide you with Ascension points. These points you can invest into 4 Ascension categories: Brutality, Endurance, Prowess, or Anomaly. And each of these give you specialized stuff. Really cool. You can lean into reducing your cooldowns, increasing your life, or most importantly, bumping up your damage output, because we want to get that damage up. We could beat the damage up. And each category of those trees I mentioned, you have 10 Ascension points to invest into them, and you can reach a level of 200 Ascension WORLDSLAYERs. So that is pretty cool. That's 200 Ascension points. Obviously, if you do that, you have broken and won the game, because presumably 200 points will certainly max out the tree, is what they're saying here on this post, and that must be true power. When I think of this, I wonder what they've done to combat the cheating. I want to earn to be overpowered, you know? I don't want to cheat to get there, and I don't want you cheating, you little punk bitch. But the Ascension System, just like the PAX tree, it's given us more build diversity and allowing us to hopefully further min-max our specific build. They use the word supercharge. I think that's a great word. Min-maxing builds in Outriders is great. I cannot wait to have more options of tinkering. Another badass thing that they discussed on this Reddit post was the introduction of the Apocalypse system. If you remember, back in the day, we had our expeditions to go up to challenge tier 15. It was difficult, it was a grind, but now they've reworked it so that 15 is no longer the cap. You can earn this Apocalypse tier playing the campaign if you so choose, or in the new endgame content. And the cool thing is it goes up to 40. They raised the cap from 15 to 40, which is literally guaranteed more grinding, and I am all about it. The gear used to cap out at 50. When you were at challenge tier 15, your gear would go up to level 50. That was the max gear. But now, at Apocalypse tier 40, level 75 will be the new gear level cap. That's pretty lit. I'm looking forward to, again, more gear grinding and just an excuse to play this game. It's all I've been looking for since I stopped playing. Another dope-ass component to the Apocalypse setup here is that Apocalypse gear may drop. It says above a certain Apocalypse level. I don't know what number that is. We don't know. But at a certain point, you will get Apocalypse gear. The cool part here is that Apocalypse gear will have a chance to drop when you're playing above a certain Apocalypse tier. And Apocalypse gear, this is a lot of gears, tiers, Apocalypse, and something else that rhymes with tiers and gears. That's just really a mouthful. These pieces of gear will have a chance to drop, and they have 3 mod slots. That's huge. That's another big buff in itself. And I will admit, the first thing I think about when I hear this is I am so scared at how they're going to balance this game. It's one of the biggest problems with the launch night. Well, besides disconnections, the balancing was a little, let's say, questionable. So it'll be interesting to see how they make it work with 3 mod slots. The last thing that's worth mentioning in this Reddit post is there is new endgame content. Let's go. Oh man, that's all I care about. While Apocalypse tiers do cross over into Expeditions content, Outriders WorldSlayer will actually be introducing its own dedicated endgame. That's lit. An endgame that WorldSlayer has actually been specifically designed around. So this is balancing, this is new stuff, this is presumably new missions, dungeons, something like that. And something else that's exciting before we close this out is at the last point on this post is the new endgame content will not be timed content. No more timers. Yes. No more speed rush meta. Although I'm definitely going to be looking for the most DPS heavy build because duh, this is gaming in 2022. This is obvious, my guy. No timing, which is nice. You can have some nice, casual, super casual, chilling out, chillenheimer type of gaming with your bros. All right. On that note, thank you so much for listening. I hope you're hyped. If you are, drop a big wiener in the chat. I don't know. Until next time, we out.